Hello there guys, and today I have come up with a very interesting sort of video right here. Now, what you see in front of you are some of my custom-made wooden railway models. Although that's not entirely the case for Henrietta right here, because it's the official model, but I added her face onto there. But I've included her anyway, since the use of having a face is, of course, counted as being a custom. At least it's a custom modification. But I had thought, what if this was like Toy Story? And what do you think all of these characters would say in response to me doing customs out of these characters? Well, in this video, I am going to be giving off quite a number of interesting ideas that I have for what these characters could be saying in response to me making all of these custom models. So, here we go. You know something, Steven? What's that, Glenn? Well, as you have probably able to tell from my face, I didn't used to be a Glenn. I used to be a Thumper. But one day, my face was taken off and put onto this new body. And what body is that? A James Tender. Oh look, there's my old body now. But now it has been painted and without life. Oh, I miss the good old days of being a Thumper. You know, I do like being a Brakevan, Bradford the Brakevan, but I never expected that my face would be taken off of my body and placed on this new one. Well, what was your old body like? Well, you should know. What do you mean? Because you have my old body. I do? Yes. That body right there used to be a Thomas Wood Diesel 10, the 2018 version that was not fully painted. I mean, I do not really get as to why I had to be born as a not fully painted Thomas Wood Diesel 10. I've heard that quite a lot of people have been destroying Thomas Wood released from 2018 because we were not fully painted on. Well, at least he didn't destroy you completely, and at least I managed to get a new body. What did you used to be? I used to be a Kevin. In fact, as far as I know, my old body is still in that storage bin at the way end. Oh, do you think that it will ever be used? I am not entirely sure. It seems quite interesting that I am an engine now. Hey Jock, did you know that I used to be a take and play model? No, I did not know that, Rex. Well, I was before my face was taken off and placed onto this new body. According to Mike, this used to be another Mike body. Oh, really? Yep, he says that before I arrived here, our owner of the toys was working on a custom model, and this ended up becoming my new body. And I have also been told that he does not know where the face is now. Well, maybe his face is in the storage bin at the other end of the room. But you want to know something, Rex? What? I was not always a jock. I used to be a Stepney until my face was taken off and put onto this new body, along with re-spray painting my entire face. And then I was put onto this body, which I've been told used to be a Duncan body, and the tender came from a Duke. That is quite fascinating. Yeah, although it does make me wonder where my old body is now. Oh man, I just cannot believe that our owner has given me a new body. I used to be a Peter Sam, but now I'm a Bluebell. And I was given the body of Stepney, repainted, of course.
Well, we used to have faces, but now they have been covered up and we cannot see a thing.
Then how are you able to talk?
We don't know. Well, I know that I used to be a wooden railway lady, but one day my face was taken off and put onto this Hannah body.
I used to be a Taken Play Henrietta, but now I'm a wooden railway Henrietta, and my body was put onto the superstation with no face.
I wonder where that old lady body could be.
You're kidding, Mr. Truck. This used to be your body? Yep, I used to be a Toby, and your body used to be my body. But one day, my face was taken off, my cowcatchers removed, and, well, you know, eventually you came along and you gained a new body. Yeah, I know. And do you know what they did with my old body? What? They made it into that other steam shovel over there.
Well, I used to be a spiteful Brakevan, but they took my face off and put it onto this truck. Bradford is my old body.
So, Red Coach, how come you are able to talk but your friend can't? Because it was not once a living coach like I am. And why is that? Well, it's because... Oh, wait a minute. I'm actually over here. It's because I used to be a Clarabelle. And this used to be a paintless coach. But I was taken one day, and I was repainted. And now I don't have a face. What about you? I used to be an ordinary Thomas, but now I'm an LBSC Thomas. I had been in that King of the Railway set for some time, and I was expecting to finally get played with, but instead, I end up getting painted into this new coat of paint. I honestly don't understand what is going on. Well, this is a crafty sort of person who likes to make custom models that are based upon characters that were never released. Oh, if only they had released a LBSC Thomas, so I wouldn't have been made into one. I still have my old body, except I'm not the same character as I was when I came out of the factory. I used to be an ordinary Toad the Brakevan, and I also used to be made so I could go forwards. But one day, I was modified so I could go backwards instead. And then a few years later, I was given this rainbow color all over my body using Sharpie's markers. I did not really like the look of that, although it was an interesting concept, I will say. But at least now I've been properly painted with actual rainbow colors, so I don't look as messy as I did before. I have been told that my body used to be an old wooden railway cranky and a Thomas Wood cranky. But this is my first body in my life, even though I'm not the first owner of it. I guess that's what happens when you make a face out of model magic instead of using an existing face.
I can understand how things are, Big Mickey. I'm also a model magic faced model as well.
What do you think's gonna happen to us? Well, we'll probably be in this storage bin for quite some time before we either finally get played with again or are modified into something different. Oh man, I wonder what's gonna happen to me if I'm going to be modified into anything new. I wonder if my face is going to be taken off and put onto a new body. So, you used to be a cranky? Yep, I sure was. And now you're just a face. Yep. That's exactly the story that happened to me. Well, I was owned as a cranky for many, many years, and I was actually played with. But many years later, my face gets taken off and made, well, my body has been made into something new. Yeah, I was never played with as I was meant to be. I was just taken out of the box, and then my face gets taken off of my body. I guess it doesn't help that I was one of the unpainted models in the Thomas Wood line. Do you think we'll ever get any new bodies? Oh, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, especially considering how big faces we are. Yeah, probably would have to come up with a very large character in order for us to be made into anything. Yeah, but until then, we're just a bunch of bodiless faces. Yeah, I guess you're right. But at least we're not alone. Hey, Tulie.
What is it, Mushi?
Do you remember when you used to be James and I used to be Edward?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those were the good old days. But it's time to pass that title on to a younger generation of trains.
Yeah.
Hey, Dogok.
Yes, Talilin.
Do you remember when I was Scarloey and you were Rheneas? Oh yeah, those were good times. And then one day, our owner decided to put model magic all over me. Tried to make me into a smudger. Oh yeah, I remember that. Little did our owner know, one day there really would be a smudger model to come out. But at least I managed to find new life, even if I did have to get a new funnel due to my old one breaking. Yeah. Hey, Scrap Tank Engine. Do you remember when I used to be Gordon and you used to be a Thomas?
Yeah, I remember that day, those days as well. I came in the figure 8 set. Man, those were the good old days. Well, I used to be a Mavis, but now I am a Gale.
I used to be a Rusty before I became Ernest. And I used to be an Oliver before I became a Stevie. Although I really don't get as to why he couldn't have used the Duke model that he had. Oh well.
So, Silver Percy, now that I am here, what is going to happen to that other Spencer that was here before me?
Probably our owner is going to modify him into a new kind of engine. I wonder what engine that's going to be.
Yeah, I certainly can't wait to see myself.
Oh man, I should have seen this coming. Many engines were customized and made into new trains if a newer version of the engine that we were based upon came into the building. We either got thrown into the bin, which by bin we mean storage bin, not trash bin, as some people would believe. And now here I am, getting spray painted. I certainly wonder what character I'm going to turn out to be.
Oh, you know something, Glenn? What is that? Oh, goof. Well, you know what? Blah blah.